What's going on, Coyote Pack? It is officially the end of 2017, which means that this is the end of the year video.
Let's see them. What are we doing?
Well,
I thought we were just gonna roll videos now.
Oh, no, we gotta have a little mix and mingle.
Oh, we have to have a conversation?
Yeah, I mean, this is sort of like a behind the scenes element. We gotta give the Coyote Pack a little bit of insight as to what the year has been and what's to come. Don't worry, guys, I know how you like sneak peeks.
Oh, we're gonna show some secret footage in this video?
Maybe just a little bit, a little bit.
Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of a cozy spot.
That's right. We are actually filming this episode at one of our favorite restaurants where we always eat when we're off of production, 101 Beer Kitchen, which is so graciously hosting us this morning to shoot this behind the scenes moment recap of 2017.
And I know Mario's happy that there's a fire here because how are you acclimating to the Ohio winter weather?
Winter is here, guys, and it's pretty cold for this South Floridian, I gotta admit.
Well, you don't look like Kenny from South Park in this video, which is good. Everybody made comments in the merch video, which we filmed in freezing cold weather. We actually filmed that pretty quickly, but you were frozen by the time.
And in case you didn't see it, let's cut to that shot real quick. Yeah, you do look just like Kenny.
I was bundled up real tight in that orange jacket, you know?
That's a snowsuit, buddy.
Yeah.
Well, to me, sure, it was keeping me warm.
Have you bought snow boots yet?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Might need to pick up a couple.
Hey, somebody out there send Mario a pair of snow boots. No, I'm just kidding. He can get his own snow boots. Okay, guys, so let's take a look at our year, which was 2017. But let's even go back further. The channel is now officially just a little over 3 years old. Can you guys believe that? We've been on YouTube for just over 3 years at this point.
Man, you've been through a lot of places over 3 years.
A lot of places, seen a lot of things, a lot of cool animals, and we've also collected an incredible number of Coyote Pack members. How many subscribers do we have now?
I think like 8.8 million?
8.8, maybe 9 million by the time this video is actually coming out.
That's a lot of people.
A lot of people.
That's a lot of pack members.
And all those pack members have managed to amass how many views?
1.5 billion.
Whoa!
Billion!
1.5 billion views. That is crazy, guys. That is all of you out there watching. You love animals, you love adventure. We're trying to promote conservation and education, and we couldn't do it without you guys. And you know what's really cool? That because we've reached this many subscribers and this many views, you know what we were awarded this year?
2 world records.
That's right, Coyote Pack. You are officially now in the Guinness World Records book. That's right, most viewed animal channel on YouTube and most subscribed to animal channel on YouTube. How cool is that? We couldn't have done it without all of you. So this is collectively our awards at this point.
Yeah, they just send these to you, by the way. So if you do ever make a world record, you'll just get these in the mail.
Nice.
Randomly.
Pretty cool.
Pretty sweet though, they're going on the wall in the office, that's for sure.
Okay, so well, we know that in 3 years we have done quite a bit, but let's specifically take a look at the year we've had in 2017. I'd say it's our most epic year yet, and I think what would be cool would be to share our favorite location that we have visited, and of course our favorite animals that we got up close with or filmed this year. What do you guys think?
Let's do it. What's your favorite location, Mario?
Oh man, my favorite location, we traveled extensively, right? This was probably
every month, sometimes twice a month.
Yeah, we traveled so much, and we actually kind of globally expanded, and my favorite location is Australia.
Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely. The land of reptiles. I mean, the field book that we have of reptiles is like this thick, so I was really excited to get down there. And it was our largest, biggest trip ever.
That's right. And I think when this video comes out, probably only 2 or 3 Australia episodes will have been seen. So the best footage from Australia is still yet to come, guys.
Oh yeah, all of the epic content is still being out. We'll give you guys some sneak peeks. There will be some sneak peeks in this video, but yeah, I agree. Australia was epic, and you guys should have seen the field guide that Mario was carrying around. It was crazy big. Like your entire backpack was filled with field guide.
Yeah, put my luggage overweight every single time we got on an airplane too.
So many awesome species, wonderful continent, and definitely my favorite of the year.
Okay, so Australia for you. How about you, Mark? What was your favorite location?
Oh man, there's so many good ones. I think location-wise, I'm gonna go with Hawaii. It's one place I've always wanted to go, and we also got to do our first scuba diving videos, which was super awesome for me to get to go underwater and use some of the filming techniques we've been learning as we've been going along on this channel. And yeah, getting to swim in the coral reef, seeing sea turtles, frogfish, crown of thorns, sea stars. I mean, there were so many cool creatures underwater. It just makes me want to get back out there and beneath the water surface to find more.
Yeah, and so many animals that we have yet to feature on camera. What was so tough about that location is just getting close to some of those things underwater. I mean, so many fish species that I don't think any of us even knew what they were, but they're so bizarre looking. Under the ocean waves is like a whole nother planet.
Yep. So I said Hawaii. How about you?
Well, now Australia, Hawaii, both epic locations. I'm going to actually go with something that is a little bit closer to home. West Virginia, I think, was my favorite location we visited this year, and that's primarily because we encountered so many bizarre creatures, from the hellbender to the sapphire crayfish, and then, of course, one that I don't think any of us will ever forget, the hellgrammite. Mark, even you got involved in that episode, putting your hand into a bowl of hellgrammites, experiencing all those bites, which really weren't that bad at the end of the day. But when it came to bizarre creatures, I would definitely say that, to my surprise, West Virginia had quite a few of them.
What's pretty cool about West Virginia is that it's near to home, right?
Right.
So you can still find some pretty amazing animals here in the United States.
Right. Oh, well, and there are lots of U.S. locations that we have yet to explore. But we won't get into that quite yet because we've talked about our locations, and I think now let's talk about what our favorite animal was that we either encountered or got up close to the cameras this past year. Mark, you want to kick it off?
Sure. I actually came prepared for this one because we've seen so many amazing species on our adventures this year. But for me, because I don't usually get to find the animals, when I found the red velvet worm, that memory will always stand out as an achievement because usually I'm fiddling with camera functions and not really worrying about like finding the animal. So finding that really rare. I think we're the second people to ever film this creature.
Yeah.
And they're super cool. So I'm gonna go with the red velvet worm.
Yeah, I remember when you were like, Mario, I found something.
Yeah.
And I come over and he's like, I think this is a velvet worm.
Yeah.
That was pretty epic. Yeah.
That was, I wasn't even with you guys when you found that. These guys were out shooting B-roll. I was actually working on a script, which I think we said in the episode. I was working on the killer whale script at the time, and it was like, okay, I have to get the script done so I can send it back to the post-production team so they can start lining up the episode. We do that a lot when we're on location. I'll be writing the voiceover scripts from the field, sending them home, and these guys will go out and get some nighttime B-roll. And when you guys came back, I was so excited we found that. I mean, you could find a red velvet worm or you could find Bigfoot. I'd say they were equally kind of as rare at that point.
Yeah, we may never see another one of those again for as long as we go back to Costa Rica. And what's really cool is, when we were staying at Brian's place, that was one of the photos up on the wall.
Yeah.
First day we walked into that outpost, we were like, what is that? We want to find one of those. And he's like, ooh, I don't know, guys. Those are pretty tough. You may never see one. Yeah. Sure enough, if you go out filming B-roll, good things happen, right?
Pretty neat.
Yeah.
It's always worth just going out there and exploring. You never know what you're gonna find.
All right. Yeah. Now, okay, Mario, let's talk about your favorite animal of the year. And I could probably say it would be Bigfoot, but we're not releasing that footage yet, guys. That one's for the vault. We're gonna save that. So don't tell them about Bigfoot. Tell them your other favorite animal that we filmed this year.
This is probably the hardest question because certainly every species that we feature is amazing and there's something unique about it. But from a biologist standpoint, I really enjoyed the hellbender, right? It's a very obscure species that's found here in the US. It's a threatened species, and it is one of North America's largest amphibian species. Yeah. I also got to work with my buddy Tim. And
Big Tim, what's going on? You're out there?
And I just enjoyed the adventure of trying to search for this animal in freezing cold water. So you saw a coyote swimming in there, but guess who was also in the water? Mark and I, right?
Yeah.
So we're in there with our cameras, and it's freezing cold, and the chances of finding one of these obscure and elusive animals was pretty rare. And when we found one, it was quite amazing. So I really enjoyed the hellbender.
Good pick.
Excellent.
Good pick. Okay, so my favorite animal that was caught or encountered this past year, I'd give a sneak peek at this point, right?
Ooh.
Can I sneak peek an episode?
All right.
I'm gonna sneak peek one here, guys, because technically this was a catch in 2017, but I know that the episode is not out yet, and that is the incredible sand monitor. Now, this is one of the largest monitor species in Australia, and when we headed to Australia, I was like, okay, if anything happens there, or nothing happens there, as long as I catch a monitor or I have the chance to catch a monitor, I'm gonna be a happy camper. I did catch the monitor, and it was probably one of the most difficult catches we have ever pulled off. The acrobatics it took to not only follow this thing into the underbrush, but also what I had to go through to climb up into a tree and catch it.
Oh, don't give too much away.
I won't give too much away, but we'll let everybody know that this episode is coming. You have to stay tuned. This one will probably be out in, I don't know, maybe late January or at some point in February, but it was one of my best accomplishments of 2017, I would say. And probably us as a team working, one of the most fluid, like on-the-fly, perfect episodes we got.
Yeah, I'm just glad you didn't fall out of that tree.
Quite impressive.
You were up there like 30 feet.
Yeah, hanging from like one arm, trying to like catch this lizard out on that branch. It was a dangerous episode, but definitely worth the effort in the end. Hope you guys
Absolutely.
are excited to see the sand monitor.
What an amazing year.
Really
and thank
has
you
been.
guys so much for watching everything. It's incredible to have such an enthusiastic audience to share our work with.
Well, and we've been to so many locations this past year. You guys want to try to count them down real quick if
Oh
we can?
man. Oh.
Okay, I
need
know-
another cup of coffee, please.
It started in January in Costa Rica.
Right.
Went Costa Rica,
Florida.
Arizona, West Virginia,
West Virginia. Yep.
Maine, Washington,
Washington.
Orcas Island, Washington,
Hawaii.
Hawaii.
Back to Costa Rica.
We're back to Costa Rica at that point? Yeah, back to Costa Rica.
Rica.
Then back to Arizona,
Arizona.
where I was bitten by the giant desert centipede. Then it was the book tour,
Book tour.
which we count as a location because there were many locations.
And then
in there.
Australia.
And then Australia.
Yeah. So 11 major trips.
Yeah.
Wow. Not to mention all the small trips we had in between there. I mean, we had,
yeah.
VidCon and YouTube Creators Summit, which was super cool.
Oh, I love those. I love
Yeah.
getting the chance to be part of the YouTube community and, of course, getting to meet members of the pack
Yeah.
out there in person. That's
The
always
book
been
tour
my
in
favorite.
itself was an adventure. We got to meet a lot of members of the Coyote Pack, and we traveled extensively throughout the eastern U.S.
And for those of you on the West Coast, we just announced our West Coast book tour coming
That's
up
right.
in February and April of 2018.
Nice.
So buy your tickets, guys. We want to see you out there.
And all throughout the course of this next year, we'll be touring pretty much every other month. So our goal is going to be to visit as many pack members as we possibly can in 2018. So we launched our book, the Brave Adventures book, which was pretty awesome. Do we have one of those? Oh, there's one right there.
I got two right
Brave
here.
Adventures book. Hey, there you go. Brave Adventures book. But we also launched the Brave Wilderness merchandise line, which has been, a lot of you have been waiting in anticipation for that for quite some time. But it officially launched this holiday season.
Hey, Coyote.
I'm okay. Don't worry, guys. Still fine at this point.
People are actually enjoying these shirts. We've
Yeah.
been getting a lot of comments about it.
A lot of comments on that.
There's a few
shirt.
left.
So books, merchandise, and so many other big things to come in 2018. And I guess this is the point where we say thank you to the Coyote Pack, because what you guys don't realize is that without you watching, each and every one of you, there is no us. There's no adventure. There's no epic animal encounters. We do this because of the viewers.
That's right.
Yep.
And man, we have a lot stacked up for next year.
Maybe a little sneak peek of what's to come in 2018, guys.
Ooh,
I
all
said
right.
the sand monitor, but what's our first major location that we're visiting, Mario?
All right, so we hit up Australia. That's one large continent. Now we're diving into Africa. Yeah, in fact, South Africa is going to be our next location. And we're going to try to get up to some lions, elephants, rhinos, the big five. Yeah, so should be pretty epic.
Where else are we going in 2018, Mark?
Well, we have a lot of other projects in the works, guys. Obviously, like YouTube is our home, but there's some top secret stuff happening behind the scenes that we can't exactly share with you just yet, but I can promise you they are coming in 2018, so there's a lot to look forward to next year.
Tom?
The outro?
Outro
We gonna
time?
do it?
You guys
We
ready?
plan?
Yeah, we'll do.
We rehearsed this, guys.
a
Yeah,
little
all right,
bit.
go for it.
Okay, I'm ready. Ready?
Yep.
I'm Coyote Peterson. Be brave.
Stay wild.
We'll see you next year.
Woo!
How was that?
That was pretty good. I think that's a wrap, right?
All right, see you guys.
Bye, guys. Hey, Coyote Pack. 2017 has been one wild adventure, so make sure to go back and watch where this year began, an unexpected up-close encounter with a two-tailed gecko. And don't forget, subscribe so you can join me and the crew on all of our adventures in 2018.